All right, everybody, welcome to Ron's World. Welcome back. I'm going to talk to you about the new CPUs that came out from AMD as they did the live streaming. After watching the AMD reveal their new line of processors, I was overwhelmed. But after I did my research on the new lines, compared them to the Ryzen 3000 series, I'm going to tell you that I am disappointed with what I discovered. The 5000 series had the same cores and the same threads as the 3000 series. I was looking for a little more than what they offered. I was looking to see about a 3% increase in the CPU line. Let's talk about the R9 5900X. It's a 12 core, 24 thread. It should have been a 16 core, 28 thread, increasing the cores by 4, increasing the threads by 4. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for an increased percentage with their cores and thread, not to release the new lines with stable performance. That's why when they release the 30 series GPU, it does that for you. So if you own the old chipset, the Ryzen 3000 chipsets with the new GPUs, well, correction. With the new GPUs that came out, you have to be on the PCIe 4.0. So your motherboard needs to be at a B550 or an X570 to push the new GPU lines and with these CPU lines that are going to be coming out in November. Now, to my people out there, we know we're in a recession right now. A lot of people lost their jobs. Is it a good time to upgrade your CPU and you love the performance it's giving you, whether you are a gamer, whether you are a mid-level gamer like me who loves to play the games at 1080p, 60% loves to play their games on the extreme level looking for a high frame per second rate numbers. And some people just love a nice, good home office base unit that allows to do what they need to do at home, in their home, or office, or etc. Is it a time to upgrade? No. Where the economy going right now, I won't recommend you buying anything right now. So if you need to upgrade, your CPU got to be really, really old. And I mean old like dirt. I'm talking about you are on the Intel's socket 370s or the AMD's socket 462 and the AMD's and the Intel's core processors, 2 cores, 2 threads. If you're on the 2 core, 2 thread processor, yes, you really need to upgrade. But if you're running a 4 core, 4 thread, or 6 core, 6 threads, or a 8 core, 8 threads, or higher, then you fine. So why waste money? My consumer world. When they coming up with the new chipset, I said, okay, this look good. This look good. But I just updated my motherboard and my editing rig to a Asus Prime A320 MK, and it runs an A12 9800 CPU, 4 cores, 4 threads. Everybody, I love 4 cores, 4 thread. It works great for me. My gaming computer is a 4 core, 4 thread. FM2 A10 5800K running at 3.8 gigahertz with the boost clock of 4.3. I love it. I don't have to upgrade. Memory chipsets are at 16 gigabyte at 1600 megahertz speed. So I love it. It runs perfect. After going over the new line series of CPUs, AMD, you're gonna get stuck like how Intel do. Okay, the AMDs are more stable, more better, but why keep upgrading? Now, if you got the money, and I'm talking about if you got millions and you can do it, that's great for a person that lives on a day-to-day base budget. No, you don't need to upgrade. You don't have money like that. Uh, who gonna get my half the world lost their jobs through this COVID-19 nonsense that our president, our leader in chief, put us in. Um, so is an upgrade is upgrading your PC is better right now? No, it's not. If you had a 3600X, whatever processor you on with Ryzen, stay on it. Now, if you had if you got the new line series of motherboard, the B550s and the X570s, if you're on that processor you like, stay on it. It don't make no sense in upgrading your CPU to a Ryzen 5000 series that has the same core, same threads. You just spending a little bit more money. And I'm gonna go ahead on and get right into that. So let's talk about that and how that works with and upgrading. You don't see what exactly what I'm talking about with the chipset cores. Okay, here the Ryzen 5 5600X and the Ryzen 5 3600X. 6 cores, 12 threads, base 3.7 gigahertz on the 5600, base 3.8. You go up by one. Now, this is where they want you to get all excited because they talked about the boost clock of their new CPUs. The boost clock on the 5600 is about 2% more efficiency than the 3600X. On the boost on the 3600X, you got 4.4 gigahertz. On the 5600X, you got 4.6 TDP at 65 watts. TDP is at 95 watts. Retail value on the 3600X is $251.99. The new lines coming out is $299, which is a $48 increase. Why upgrade? Same thing with the R7 5800X compared to the 3800X, 8 core, 16 threads. As you see the numbers. It's $100 more. If you are on a Ryzen 7 3800X, stay there because you get the same core, same threads. Only thing changes is the boost. The boost is up by 2%. 4.7 gigahertz on the 5800X, 4.5 gigahertz on the 3800X. Same thing. The Ryzen 9 5900X, which this is their gaming processor. You get more games. I'm gonna get into that with the chart. You're gonna go ahead and get same thing, 12 cores, 24 threads. Same processor, just a different name. Same TDP, 105 watts. Only thing changes is the boost start go up by 2%. 4.8 gigahertz on the 5900X, 4.6 gigahertz. Why? Now, this is what I call it the baby thread ripper. The R9 5950X, the R9 3950X, 16 core, 32 threads. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Why upgrade to a new processor that has the same cores and same threads? This is where AMD made their mistake because Intel did the same damn thing. They upgraded using the same cores and the same threads. Who got time to be wasting money? If your PC is doing what it do at its best, then let it continue doing what it do at its best. Now, if your PC blow up because you pushed it too hard, that's when you go ahead and say, you know what? Let me just go ahead and buy the new 5000 series. Just replace my motherboard, put it back on the X570. you know, and then go ahead and get the new big nabby that's gonna be coming out. Then you thumping good. You're spending more money. This is what I'm talking about. People who got more money, and when I mean more money, I mean you're making a little more. You want to spend a little more. If you're making a little less, you're on a budget. I'm gonna go over my budget CP built list pretty soon. So this is what I'm talking about in upgrading your PC. Do you have to upgrade? If your PC is running at its best performance, best performance at its best peak performance, you don't need to upgrade. Um, Here is the chart I was telling you about that that gives you. This is on the gaming performance PC that everybody wants, that the AMD wants you to be on, the 5900X gaming performance. As you see, Leagues of Legend is at 50% on the new chipset. On the old chipset, the Ryzen 3900 XT, same thing. PUBG, 33%. DOTA 2, 24%. F1, 24. Battlefield 5 at 5%. It's pretty much neck and neck here. Total War 3 Kingdoms, it's pretty much neck and neck with 6%. To all your CSGO fanatics, yeah, this is where it cranks up here by 46%, leaving the Ryzen 9 3900 XT at its dust. But if you're on that 3900 XT and it's doing best with all the games you see down here, then why upgrade? You're not really getting a big percent level. As if you increase, this is one thing I don't like. I'm thinking I'm looking at a good processor that's going to give you better value. See, like with this here, new line coming out, these numbers should be way up here in the 60% to 70% range. It should not be staggering at that range of level. So, once again, do you upgrade? Absolutely not. If your PC is running at its best, continue keeping it at its best. Continue gaming at its best. To the newcomers that's coming out, you got the money, you've been saving, and if you want to get on the new chipset, then that's okay. It's no problem. But to the gamers that's already out there gaming on the 3700 XT or etc., then you don't have to upgrade. Okay. Now, as I was going over that, discussing all the numbers, people that's on the budget, that's looking to build and to get into the gameplay. Here is my price PC build list. As you see, my $500 build. This is the board I'm on, the Asus Prime A320MK. You see the prices. The reason why I put it on this chipset because with this board here, you got to update the BIOS to put in the new line 3000 series CPU Ryzen CPUs. The board, the Prime A32MK goes up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, so you are pretty good with that. The G Skill, 16 gigs at $55.99. I love this CPU cooler, the ID Cooler SE 224 XT is at $26.99 with the Western Digital SATA 500 gigabyte at $38.50. On a Team MS30 512 gigabyte at $49.49. It's on onboard GPU. So it's all using the onboard graphics because this chipset has its own onboard graphics built into the chipset, which is the Radeon 7. The case I'm using is the Fractal Focus G Mini. The price for that is $42.94. With the PC here on the power supply unit is the eVega Bronze 600 watts at $62.99. With the OS, you can get from eBay Windows 10 for $24.99, which gives you a good total cost of $427.54. This is my $500 bill. So if you had that $500 base and you say, hey, I need a nice, good home office PC that's going to allow me to stream. You know, if you got your home office business going, this is good for doing spreadsheets, keeping tabs of everything, etc., etc. When this is a $500 bill for you, it's a budget bill. It's great. I pretty much use it, but only thing this board I'm using this board in my editing center. But the only thing I did is that I running the Radeon RX 550 GPU, 2 gigabyte VRAM. That's all I need for my editing. It's a 4-core, 4-thread processor. That's all I need for everything. So I really don't need that much. And to do anything, 4 cores, 4 thread is great for me. Okay, to the ones that's coming into gaming, and you just want to game at 1080p. This here, also you can also game at 1440p. So it really don't make a difference with this. So here's the Asus Prime A520K. This is at $75.99 with the AMD Ryzen 5 3600 6-core 12-thread processors at $199.99. Now the memory is 32 gig kit. It's 2 gigs at 16 gigabyte a piece. So that comes at a total of $114.99. Once again, I love this CPU cooler, ID Cooler SE224XT. This is at $26.99. The reason why I love this here because the CPU thermal design power is at 105. So this CPU design power is at 180 TDP. So it will handle the load beautifully. I'm pairing it with the Silicon Power 512 gigabyte SATA 3 hard drive, 7200 spin. I'm pairing it with the Seagate Barracuda 200 hard drive, 2 terabyte hard drive. I'm a little sleepy, so y'all excuse that. At $54.99. Now with that, I'm pairing it with the MSI Radeon RX 570 256-bit 8 gigabyte GPU card at $169.99. Now there was a disturbing thing with the 3080 release launch. How MSI was allowing their bot that was selling their parts to scalpers and bots so they could sell them at a high price. So I recommend y'all not use MSI. Y'all could go to use another GPU such as ASRock that fits the budget of this, or AFX, which their GPU 8 gig is like $189 or $199. So I prefer for y'all to use that. I'm pairing it with the Roseware Spectra C100 $64.99 PC case, and with the eVega Bronze 600 watt power supply at $62.99. Once again, it's on Windows 10. You get my Windows 10 OS from eBay from $24.99. The total bill is $850.90, apparently under $900. So if you got that $900 saved up, and you say, hey, let me get into the gaming world. Or do you keep your money and you just go ahead and buy that new PS5, which is basically the same as this? It's on the PS5. When they did the teardown on, it is on the Radeon 7 3700X CPU. So the RAM, the design of it is unique. If y'all ever want to go check out the PS5 teardown, y'all could go to YouTube and just put in PS5 teardown, and you're gonna go ahead and break the whole system down and show y'all what's inside. And what they have inside that PS5 is unique. Now, the last on the PC build list is my $1,300 build. I'm pairing that up with the latest motherboard, which is the B550 DSPH by gigabyte. As once I said in the video earlier with the 3550, you can upgrade to the new CPU, so that's an option for you right there. Now, I'm teaming with the Radeon Ryzen 7 3700X, 8 core, 16 threads. That's $294.99. I'm teaming up with Crucial 32 megahertz speed, 32 gig RAM. That's two 16 gig sticks. Dual channel at $114.89. Once again, I love the CPU cooler. ID Cooling SE 224 XT, $26.99. Team Group MP 34 512 gigabyte M.2 drive at $62.99. Comparing that with the Western Digital 7200 RPM span, 4 gigabyte hard drive, $88.99. Zotac Gaming RTX 2060, $419.99. I'm teaming that up with the PC case, NZXT H510, $69.99. With the Apeva PR 800 watt power supply, $66.99. And Windows 10 at $24.99. I'm pushing that with up here 5-volt aggressive RGB, no, addressable RGB 120 millimeter fans. That's the kit. You get 5 in the kit for $42.99. If you want to go RGB style mode, you can. This build is great. It's pushing at $1,305.89. It's $5.89 over. So if you got $1,310, this build is good for you. Now, as you notice, that my build starting from the 500, which is your basic budget build, to your mid gaming, to your extreme gaming. Now with the $1,300 build, it's on the B550M. So if you want to upgrade the parts such as the GPU 3080 series or the big Navi, or if you want to go ahead and kick out to the new 5000 Ryzen CPUs, you can with this build, but the price is going to fluctuate when you switch out the processor and the GPU. So keep that in mind. So, all right, my team, thank you for watching. And once again, I love y'all. Y'all take care. Click like, subscribe to my channel, and y'all have a good night. Peace.